Hello friends, so today I had a bit of a wander around Newtown, which is in Sydney in Australia, and there are two secondhand bookstores that I came across, and I was like, I must go in and just see what they're all about. So I had no idea what to expect. The only secondhand bookstores I've ever bought before have been from charity shops, not a kind of dedicated secondhand bookstore. And so this is new territory for me. Stay tuned. I share all my thoughts. I share all my finds as well. And I was pleasantly surprised by this experience. This is Gold's Bookstore, which is the first one that I visited. It's a predominantly second-hand bookstore, and it's got about 4 rows of books that span quite a far distance. It has so many genres that you cannot even imagine, and I was pleasantly surprised to find quite a lot of books that I had read before, like Flatshare by Beth O'Leary, and some Taylor Jenkins Reid books that I have read before as well. I was a bit unsure as to what I'd find in a secondhand bookstore and whether I just would have no idea of any of the books that are on the shelves, but I came across authors like Vari McFarlane and Graham Simpson, who I've read about before. I also came across Jane Harper, Dolly Alderton, Leanne Moriarty, so I was pleasantly surprised that I actually knew a few books, and I would definitely recommend people go here. You will find books that you most likely love or want to read, such as Lucy Foley's The Guest List. I've been really wanting to read that. I love the really old books that they had too, so these hardback copies. This one that was like sticky taped together. They had some old Agatha Christie books and a series of books. So there was a good mixture of familiar books that I know about, but also ones that I'd never heard about. When I saw this Christianity shelf, I was a bit apprehensive, not gonna lie. Often these kinds of bookshelves have very dodgy books, but I came across one book that I'd read before, The Trellis and the Vine, and another book that I've heard about, the author, who's John Lennox, who's really great, but for the most part, they were pretty dodgy books. But there were old classics like the Twilight series, which are just so wholesome and nostalgic. I love the little sticky taped paper that they had to show you where to go and all the genres. Very cute. There was the most beautiful flower and plant shop that was right next door, so I couldn't resist. I had to go in and just have a little look around. There were coloured plants. There was just so much to explore. They had these beautiful fountains, water fountains that were going, that were just so tranquil and relaxing. I also came across a Venus flytrap, which I've never ever seen before in my life. The lady at the shop tried to convince me to get one, but
should take one home. Try it.
I'm too scared it's going to rip my fingers off. But I did hear that they can cure mosquito problems if you're having them, so maybe next time. Then the next bookshop that I visited was Elizabeth's Bookshop. It was about a 20-minute walk from Gold's Bookstore, so not too far. It was much more modern than Gold's. It didn't have as many old school books. It was more just newish books and in pretty good condition as well. Came across another Stephen King. I just feel like this is a sign that I need to read some Stephen King. There was a young adult section. I found, it was such a throwback, but John Green's A Fault in Our Stars, which I feel like I need to reread because that just brought back so many memes. They had this nice board with all the staff recommendations too that I always love to look at. I'm going to go back on Goodreads and look up all of these books. And I might go back and get one, to be honest, 1 or 2. There are a few at the very bottom that I've read, like the Crawdads, the Rosie Project, so I'm sure they'll be good. Here are some more well-known authors that I'm sure that you've come across and love. I definitely was tempted to buy some of these, but I refrained. I was so good today and I didn't buy any books because I just have so many books and there's too many on my bookshelf. Even when there's signs that say there's 2 for $10, I was like, no, do not do it. So I didn't, I was good. There was also this really cute display of a mystery book. My friend bought me a mystery book a few months ago, which was my first ever mystery book, and that is how I came across and fell in love with J.P. Palmer as an author. So I'm definitely going to come back and pick up one of these and maybe some other books that I spotted from this video as well. That is the end of my secondhand book shopping. If you're in Sydney, I would definitely recommend checking out Gold's Bookstore and Elizabeth's Bookshop. They've got such a large range of books. They've got so many genres, so many authors, lots of well-known authors as well as ones that I've never heard of. So I'm sure you're going to find something. They're really reasonably priced. And so I think I'm going to come back here and take some of my reading friends along with me next time.